Welcome. We are visiting Maharshi Disha, which is of Bhavatit Dhyan, for having a reach within domain of Gita knowledge. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the sense, it is Vedant Trai, it is a sense of Brahm Sutra. Brahm Sutra is a sense of Upanishads. Upanishads are a sense of Vedas. Maharishi Mesh Yogi has given interpretation for chapters 1 to 6 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Chapters 1 to 6 of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita make Prathamavriti, the first fold, the foundational fold of the knowledge and organization of knowledge, which, when are taken together, these bring us face to face with the pure and applied values of Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, and Vedic technologies. To have a proper initiation, one is to visit the organization format of transcendental domain, that is 5-space domain. Hypercube of 5 is the representative regular body of 5 space. Domain boundary ratio of hypercube 5 is a raised to power 5 is to 10 b raised to power 4. Transcendental domain, 5-space domain, a raised to power 5 is enveloped within creative boundary of 10 components. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is a scripture of 18 chapters. Hypercube 5 is a fourfold manifestation layer, 3, 4, 5, 6, mission value 18. As such, the reach within the knowledge, organization of knowledge, as well as the enlightenment of the domain of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is to be approached along the format of Hypercube 5. It is the organization of knowledge and enlightenment, the transcendental domain, that is a 5-space. It is the knowledge of fifth element, Akash. Prathama Vritti is of the range of 6 chapters. Chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 together make fold the number of shlokas of chapter 1 as well as of chapter 6 are 47. The Gita Parinam Shlok of Urma Bhartam as well is preserving the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita as of 745 shlokas. The organization of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita as of 745 shlokas, having chapter 1 of 47 shlokas range, 3 as well is of 47 shlokas range. Therefore, to have proper comprehension and to have appropriate insight of Prathama Vritti, we have to be through the text of chapters 1 to 6 as the text makes an independent scripture, and also of the text of chapter 1 and chapter 3 as the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, part of Urma Bhartam, the bigger scripture. Therefore, the initiation for reach within the domain of Gita is to be in terms of the organization, format, features of this. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel with Vedic systems shall take conscious attention to the organization feature of the Vedic scriptures. This feature is that knowledge and organization of knowledge of Vedic scriptures run parallel to each other. Therefore, the Vedic scripture, its knowledge, and its organization run parallel to each other, and that way Vedic scriptures make a distinct class in themselves. Vedic scriptures, because of its feature that knowledge and organization of knowledge have to run parallel to each other, are of such domains that scripture can be read, can be interpreted in terms of the scripture itself. Vedic scriptures, because of unique feature of the knowledge and organization of knowledge running parallel to each other, make them a class, and this class is of such feature as that the scripture is to be read, to be interpreted, to be understood, to be imbibed in terms of the scripture itself. This would mean that scripture, as it proceeds, as it starts taking its form, it simultaneously starts unfolding itself as well. It is like that if we want to reach from step 1 to step 2, then this very reach from step 1 to step 2 will be helping the organization as well as the knowledge. So the knowledge aspect, organization aspect being parallel to each other, so the knowledge of the scripture will start unfolding parallel with its organization. We will have proper focus upon this aspect, as it is in terms of this aspect we will be having a reach within this domain. For it, we have to accept as that it is a Chetana Vigyan, it is consciousness domain. Consciousness not of a linear order. Consciousness is of a spatial order. Mind and consciousness, intelligence and consciousness are two different domains. Man, mind, chit, consciousness are distinct organs of the body. These are distinct domains. Man and chit are distinct words. These are distinct formulations. Both man and chit as word compositions availing Devanagari alphabet letters. Devanagari alphabet is of many folds. Different folds of Devanagari alphabet are compactified. The uppermost format is as letters alphabet, Varnamala. The next is numbers format. So from letters format, we have to reach at the numbers format. From Varnasmamanai, we have to reach at Ankasmamanai. Therefore, the reach within the knowledge domain of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita will require that simultaneously we shall reach from the letters format of the word formulations to the numbers format of the same formulations. The formulation chit is having numbers value 13. This number 13 is the sum of the placement values of the letters cha, e, ta, ta, and a. The 5 letters availed for composition of word formulation chit carry along with them their placement values. And these placement values of these 5 letters of this formulation chit make a summation value 13. This as such would mean that chit word formulation is having 13 as transcendental code value, that is the placement values of the respective letters. This transcendental code value, Divya Ank Vivasta, we learned as the Vedic scriptures are composed availing Vedic mathematics. Vedic mathematics is the mathematics of higher dimensional spaces. Vedic mathematics is not restricting itself only up till 3 space. Vedic mathematics is accepting 4 space, which is of a spatial order, as the creator's space. The entire creations of the manifest and transcendental forms are manifesting within 4 space. And it is this manifestation within 4 space which takes us from numbers alphabet to the geometric alphabet. The Vedic system are initiating in terms of word formulations, and then at first step there is a transcendence, transition, transformation from letters alphabet to the numbers alphabet, and then at the next step there is a further transcendence, transition, and transformation from numbers alphabet to the geometric alphabet. This would mean that the values of the numbers and dimensional frames are having interrelationship, and it is this relationship which is worked out for transition from numbers alphabet to the geometric alphabet. The reach from numbers alphabet to letters alphabet in a way is having parallel reach as Sankhyanistha and Yoganistha. Srimad Bhagavad Gita makes it specific in chapter 3, Karma Yoga, in Shloka 3 itself, that here in this world, Loka, means in these dimensional spaces, the Yoganistha and Sankhyanistha are being simultaneously available and are being worked simultaneously. Therefore, the interrelationship of values of numbers and of dimensional frames is to be comprehended and to be imbibed. It is interlocking of the artifices of numbers and of dimensional frames, which is going to be the first comprehension requirement system. Therefore, the reach from letters alphabet to numbers alphabet and further from numbers alphabet to dimensional frames will take us to Sthapatya. The Sthapatya Mapdand, the Sthapatya miring rod, a synthetic setup of dimensional frames, is going to be the working format. Therefore, before we shall proceed further, it will be desirable that we shall have a complete tabulation of the organization features of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Let us begin with Chapter 1. The Chapter 1 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is Arjun Vishad Yoga. This is a scripture of 47 shlokas range. At Prathamo Adhyay as the starting point, and its Pushipika of 13 words is the pair of endpoints of this organization. Therefore, we shall draw the tables of these organizational features. The table 1 in green color on the left side of the computer screen is giving the different quadruple parts of this organization. First is At Prathamaodhyay. These are 3 padas and it has 7 aksharas. Then vachas are 6 and these are aksharas are 37. Shlokas are 47 and their syllables are, their padas are 558 and their aksharas are 1504. Pushpika is of 13 padas and it is of 48 aksharas. Now, the second table, which is in a brown color, it is well tabulating in a different sequence so that we can have summation of the padas and aksharas for the whole range starting with the At, reaching up till the Push. Further, it will be desirable to have a glimpse of the organization format itself. This format at the beginning point is a three space body cube, a hypercube 3, and the structural flow is to reach up till the Pushpika, which is going to be that three space body, 12 edged cube in its dynamic state will reach within four space and will acquire additional edge, that is the 13th edge within the four space. So this format, as it is, of the features that beginning is to be with a static state 12 edged cube and reach is to be in its dynamic state as 13 edged cube within four space. And this way will bring us face to face with that three space is a domain enveloped by a spatial boundary. A raised to power 3 is to 6 b raised to power 2. There are 6 surface plates. So the origin of three space, center of a cube, is a seat of four space. It is here from this origin seat that there will be a flow. This flow is going to be of 7 streams. These 7 streams are firstly parallel with the 7 versions of three space, 7 geometries of three space. Further, it is parallel with the 7 space in the role of an origin of a 6 space. The Jyoti flow from orb of the sun from the origin seat is to be as 7 streams, and this Jyoti flow from the origin seat from the Bindu Sarovar is to be through the quadruple artifices of soul syllable Om, and the Jyoti is ultimately to reach and is to fulfill the Pushpika. Therefore, the pure and applied values of this organization, of this format, are to be comprehended and imbibed to have insight about this mathematics, these sciences, these technologies, and this chase of the existence phenomenon of our solar universe by the Vedic systems, as Gita is the essence thereof. This way, the reach from the sun, from its orb, as 7 streams, is to have a flow for its reach up till the Pushpika, and then as the Pushpika, four space domain, is having a transcendental seal, 5 space as origin of a 4 space, and as the transcendental origin is of a higher order than that of the 4 space, so there will be reversal of an orientation, and it is this reversal of the orientation which will give reversal for the flow, and this reach that way will be back within the sun itself. This reversal orientation format features are of the Samveda. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, as Shri Bhagavan, is bestowing enlightenment upon Arjuna as that amongst Vedas, Lord is Samved. Therefore, when one will be reaching up till the Vibhuti path, the 10th chapter, then one will be having the bliss of this phase and stage, the enlightenment, organization, knowledge, and enlightenment domain of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, we shall be face to face with the organization of the text. Let us visit the text of chapter 1. Let us enlist all these features, each structural component. Then we will be in a position to have further initiation within this discipline of knowledge. Thank you very much.